It's so awesome that when we get to know Jesus and when we truly surrender to Him, how we understand what the Bible is saying. So many people don't read the Bible and want nothing to do with Jesus because they don't understand it. You gotta get to know somebody before you understand them. The Word is God. The Word is Jesus. It wasn't written by man. It was written by man's hand, but not by man's spirit. It was written by the Holy Spirit. I personally am understanding everything that Jesus is teaching in his parables that I've never understood before after I truly surrendered to him. It's crazy. It's so awesome. I was just going through Luke, and I'm in Luke 16. So go to Luke 16:18 real quick. Luke 16 through 18 states, anyone who divorces his wife and marries another woman commits adultery, and the man who marries a divorced woman commits adultery. Now, when you read that, well, it's happening all the time. People are doing that all the time. What's the problem? And before I was thinking, well, I think it's wonderful when, somebody remarries after a horrible divorce. Now, after getting to know Jesus, I understand what he's speaking. Anyone who divorces his wife and marries another woman commits adultery. So he's talking to those men that are getting lazy in the marriage. They don't want to pray for their wife. Jesus isn't in the middle of the marriage. He's not given permission to restore the marriage. And then the guy just goes off, divorces the wife, and goes and finds another woman. The man's heart is hardened. And unfaithfulness in that marriage. When two people are taking vows, when they're speaking that out of their mouths, that is powerful. But if it's not done wholeheartedly, then the marriage really isn't going to last. Jesus really isn't involved in that marriage, and it's going to be hard for that marriage to thrive. He's talking about the lack of faithfulness in the partners, and the lack of respect, lack of sacrifice, the lack of true surrender to Jesus. Every marriage in this world needs to be surrendered to God. This world is on fire. It's in the crapper. I mean, we can all understand that now. And a marriage without God is up for grabs by the enemy, is a complete target for the enemy to try to steal, kill, and destroy. Jesus is the only one that can truly satisfy that marriage and make it last healthy, fruitful, and faithful, and strong. And then it goes on to say, the man who marries a divorced woman commits adultery. Well, men marry divorced women all the time. What is Jesus talking about? Why did the woman divorce her husband? Why did the divorce happen? He's talking about the women, again, just as well as the men. Why did the woman divorce? Why is the woman divorced? Did she give up on the marriage? Stuff like that. The unfaithfulness in the marriage, that is what he is talking about. In all reality, every single marriage needs to be grounded in Jesus, or it's going to have a lot of problems. And then that's just pain for the kids. That's suffering for the children. Nobody needs that anymore. Let's be done with that, actually. Let's be done with it. Let's only marry the people that God ordained for us to marry. And stop with this ridiculousness and lusting after this and that and the other thing. Let's give our lives to Jesus Christ right now and let him pick our spouses for us and surrender our relationships and our marriages to him. And he will give us abundant life and a fruitful marriage. And the enemy isn't going to be able to touch it.